Have you ever heard about the Bell Witch haunting? Let's take a step back into the 19th century, to the heartland of Tennessee. Here, the Bell family found themselves tormented by an entity of an intelligence beyond comprehension. This was no mere specter, but a malevolent being that could engage in conversation, often in the voice of a departed loved one. It was as if the veil between the living and the dead had been torn asunder within their very home. The entity wasn't just content to talk. It exhibited a terrifying range of physical actions. Objects would move of their own accord, sounds of gnashing teeth would fill the air, and the family would often wake up to find their bedsheets torn from their bodies. The Bell Witch, as it came to be known, was not just a haunting. It was an intelligent and malevolent force that terrorized a family in ways that continue to baffle the paranormal community. This tale surely sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? Moving on to our next haunting, are you familiar with the Enfield Poltergeist? In the late 70s, a council house in Enfield, England became the epicenter of what is arguably one of the most documented cases of paranormal activity. The Hodgson family, who lived in the house, reported a series of bizarre and terrifying incidents. It all started with a seemingly innocent yet eerie levitation. Objects in the house, including the children, were reported to defy gravity, hovering in midair, much to the bewilderment of those present. But things quickly took a darker turn. Furniture began to move of its own accord, sliding and toppling without any visible force propelling them. But perhaps the most chilling aspect of the Enfield Poltergeist was the loud noises that echoed through the house. Knocking, banging, and even voices were heard, filling the air with an ominous and unsettling soundtrack. These reported incidents have been the subject of numerous investigations, debates, and controversies. Skeptics and believers alike continue to be fascinated by the Enfield Poltergeist. Imagine experiencing such supernatural disturbances in your own home. Next up, we have the infamous Borley Rectory haunting. Unfurling in the quiet English village of Borley, Essex, we delve into the eerie tales that have earned Borley Rectory the chilling title of the most haunted house in England. Built in 1825 for the local rector, the house quickly gained notoriety for its alleged paranormal activities. Spectral figures of nuns and coaches, strange footsteps echoing in the night, and even walls that reportedly bled were just the beginning. The haunting escalated when famed paranormal investigator Harry Price took interest. His investigations unearthed chilling evidence, including automatic writing from a supposed spirit, pleading for light and prayer. However, skepticism shrouded these findings, with critics suggesting Price had fabricated some of the evidence. Despite this controversy, the haunting tales of Borley Rectory remain, sending shivers down the spine of even the most hardened skeptic. Would you dare to visit such a place? Now let's delve into the chilling story of the Amityville Horror. This tale originates from the heart of Amityville, New York, where the Lutz family claimed to experience paranormal activities that shook them to their core. Their story unfolds in a house that bore witness to a gruesome crime, where a man took the lives of his family members in a chilling act of violence. In the months that followed, the Lutz family reported unnerving phenomena, from strange noises and chilling cold spots to inexplicable odors and the sensation of an unseen presence. Their experiences inspired a series of books and films that brought the Amityville Horror into the public eye. These accounts, whether fact or fiction, have continued to fascinate and terrify audiences around the world. The question remains, was it a haunting born of a tragic crime, or a tale spun from the threads of imagination? Regardless of the answer, the story of the Amityville Horror is a haunting story that continues to captivate audiences to this day. Moving on, have you heard of the Myrtles Plantation? This grand house, nestled in the heart of Louisiana, is steeped in stories of the supernatural. The Myrtles Plantation, dating back to 1796, whispers tales of a past steeped in blood and mystery. Home to a staggering 10 murders, its shadowy halls echo with the restless spirits of those who met their untimely end within its walls. The most famous spectral resident is said to be Chloe, a former slave who, according to the legend, was hanged on the premises for poisoning the master's wife and children. Visitors claim to have seen her wandering the plantation, forever trapped in her tragic tale. Then, there's the ghost of William Winter, who was shot on the porch of the house. Some have reported hearing his dying footsteps as he tried to climb the stairs. These are just two of the dozens of ghostly encounters reported at the Myrtles Plantation, a haunting reminder of a turbulent past, a haunting tale from the deep south. Next, we explore the mysteries of the Winchester Mystery House. Located in San Jose, California, this labyrinthine mansion is a marvel of oddities. With over 160 rooms, its construction was an unending process spanning over 38 years, led by the enigmatic Sarah Winchester, widow of the famous gun magnate William Wirt Winchester. The house is a riddle of staircases leading nowhere, doors opening onto brick walls and windows overlooking other rooms. The peculiar architecture is said to be Sarah Winchester's attempt to confuse vengeful spirits of those fallen by Winchester rifles. Tales of hauntings are as abundant as the house's rooms. Visitors report strange sounds, cold spots, and sightings of apparitions, including Sarah Winchester herself. Employees have shared stories of hearing footsteps in the dead of night, only to find no one there. The house is considered one of the most haunted places in America, its mysteries as perplexing as its architecture. An enigma wrapped in a riddle, wouldn't you agree? Now let's journey to the historic Tower of London. For centuries, this formidable fortress has been a silent witness to the triumphs and tragedies of England's past. Its stone walls echo with whispers of history, and some say, with the spectral echoes of those who once walked its halls. One of the most frequently reported apparitions is that of Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated second wife of King Henry VIII. Beheaded in the Tower on charges of treason, her headless form is said to wander the corridors, forever trapped within the confines of her final resting place. Then there's the chilling tale of the two princes, Edward and Richard, who vanished without a trace in the late 15th century. It's said their ghostly figures are sometimes seen, two young boys in antiquated attire, wandering the tower's cold stone passages. The Tower of London, a place where history and mystery intertwine to create chilling tales of the supernatural. An iconic location with a haunting past. Ever thought a place of power could be haunted? How about the White House? The residence of the President of the United States, the White House, has its fair share of spectral inhabitants. Over the years, a number of people have reported eerie encounters within its walls. One of the most frequently cited apparitions is that of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, whose tragic assassination has seemingly left him tethered to the mortal world. His ghost has been spotted by a variety of White House occupants and visitors, from employees to foreign dignitaries. However, Lincoln isn't the only former president who seems reluctant to leave. Thomas Jefferson has reportedly been heard playing the violin in the Yellow Oval Room, and Andrew Jackson is said to create a ruckus in the Rose Room. The White House, it seems, is not just a home to the living, but also to those who once led the nation. It's not just a symbol of power, but also a testament to the enduring spirits of those who've shaped history. A presidential haunt indeed. Our next tale takes us to Raynham Hall, home of the Brown Lady. This grand residence in Norfolk, England is steeped in history and intrigue. But perhaps the most captivating story is that of the Brown Lady, a spectral figure believed to be Lady Dorothy Walpole. The tale begins with a photograph, a chilling image that continues to perplex to this day. Captured in 1936 by two photographers from Country Life magazine, the image depicts a ghostly figure descending the manor's grand staircase. But this was far from the first sighting. The Brown Lady has been reportedly seen numerous times, her ghostly visage haunting the hallways. Described as wearing a brown brocade dress, her eye sockets are hollow, a chilling sight for those who have witnessed her apparition. The question remains, is this the lingering spirit of Lady Dorothy Walpole, forever trapped within the walls of Raynham Hall? It's a haunting image that has stood the test of time. Finally, we set sail with the RMS Queen Mary. This grand dame of the sea, now permanently docked in Long Beach, California, is a treasure trove of spectral stories. Built in the early 20th century, the Queen Mary was the epitome of luxury and elegance. Yet her illustrious history is marred by eerie tales and inexplicable phenomena. It's said that the ship, once a beacon of sophistication, is now home to a myriad of ghostly inhabitants. Imagine hearing the muffled laughter of children echoing down the empty corridors, their spectral games reverberating through the ship's grand ballrooms. Or picture catching a glimpse of mysterious figures, apparitions that appear and disappear in the blink of an eye. These spectral sightings and eerie sounds have been reported by countless visitors and staff members over the years, adding a chilling layer to the ship's rich tapestry. Could it be the echoes of her past? Or is the Queen Mary indeed a floating fortress of the supernatural, a haunting voyage to end our journey?